Okay, this is Michelle Price.
Okay. The True Story of the Three Little Pigs by John Skaneski, illustrated by Lane Smith. Everybody knows the story of the Three Little Pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on one little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody ever heard my side of the story. I am the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault. Wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If burgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. But, like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. This true story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back, and once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny, and I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. First question, do you guys think it's sanitary to be trying to bake while you got a cold? As in, is it, you shouldn't be doing that? I don't know. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. What does it mean when you say somebody's not too bright?
Not smart.
He built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind will build a house out of straw? Of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I just didn't want to walk into somebody's house, so I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. Then my nose started to itch, and I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed a great sneeze. And you know what? The whole darn straw house fell down. Right in the middle of the pile was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He's been in the house the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner laying there in the straw, so I ate it up, thinking of it as a big cheeseburger just laying there. Do you guys think he was right for just eating them, or could he have took a different approach?
Bacon sausage at the same time.
So you tell me, if you're dead, you gonna just have somebody like just drag your body around and not leave you there? You think that's cool?
Better than eating them alive, right?
Oh my.
I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not too much. He built his house out of sticks. I rung the doorbell on the stick house. No answer. So I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And he yelled back, go away, wolf. You cannot come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob, and I felt another sneeze coming on. And he huffed, and I puffed, and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother. When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. So what do you think he did to the second pig?
That bacon all over again.
Now you know, food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again, thinking of it as a second helping. I was getting awful full, but my cold was feeling a little better. and I still didn't have a cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the door. No answer. And what do you think he called?
Little pig.
Are you in?
Mr. Pig. Mr. Pig. Are you in? And you know what? The rude little porker answered, "Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again." Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole stack full of sugar and he didn't want to give me one little cup for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice card instead of a cake when I felt my coat coming on. And I huffed and I snuzzed and I sneezed once again. The third little pig yelled, "And your old granny can sit on a pin." So what do you think his reaction was to him talking about his grandma like that?
You got mad.
Yeah, it's just disrespectful. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course I was trying to break down this pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as they say, is history. The whole newspaper found out about the two little pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar did not sound very exciting. So they dressed up the story with a lot of huffing and puffing and blowing your house down, and they made the big bad wolf. That's it. That's the real story. I was framed. But maybe you can lend me a cup of sugar.